really early age. My father used to take me on to building sites and give me a hammer and some nails, and I'd sit there 3 years old knocking things together. I just progressed from there. Billy carts and cubby huts and all manner of things. I just always made things. Then I went through school where sort of art wasn't really, in my time, wasn't really encouraged. It was regarded as a sort of a hobby at best. And went into graphic design, lasted only 6 months there, and the dean there said, you'd be better as a fine artist. So I started making some sculpture and really liked that, and just really liked the process, particularly carving. And finished up getting an Italian government scholarship. Went to Carrara in Italy, and that's where really that was a sort of a transforming experience for me. Here I was at the heart of stone, heart of this place that's been for thousands of years mining with a tradition that's, you know, Michelangelo, everybody went there. It was just the Italian culture, the mountains. It was an amazing, absolutely amazing time. From that point I knew what I wanted to do. I work in marble because it can suggest so many things. It's like got a language, and it can suggest skin, or it can suggest drapery, it can suggest, I mean, I am a figurative artist. I like to work with the human figure. And so it really suits what I try to express. So portraiture I didn't do until I was until I'd been many, about a decade into stone. Initially and still do, make models in clay or drawings and models, and I take photographs. I work out the model, I know the size of the block I need, and then it's a matter of going to Carrara and finding something. And each block is different. There's no one block that's, there's no two blocks are the same. And I've got to say, it speaks to me. When I see a block, I either like it or I don't like it. I don't think that stone is a dead thing. I think it's alive. It's actually seashells that were laid down millions of years ago and then compressed and squashed. And as the tectonic plates move, they thrust up into these mountains. So it's got an energy, and so for me, I feel a little bit disappointed if people don't want to go up to it, and I don't feel I'm doing my job properly then. I think it's got to evoke that. It's got to want to entice people to touch it. It's a sensuous thing. It's a beautiful material. So I think I was telling somebody before that if you go into St. Peter's, there's a bronze of St. Peter's, I think it's from the 12th century. Its foot has been, it's all sort of amorphous, weird shape, and it's polished bronze, but from people kissing it. That's amazing, I think. That's, that sort of stuff I really love. To me, it's always important how something sits. It's got to be properly engineered. It's not going to fall over and hurt somebody. The weights that I'm dealing with sometimes, tons and tons of weights. I did a piece in St. Stephen's Cathedral, which is hanging on a wall. It's about 3 tons, so to get it, even just to put it up there was a big effort. So, but I enjoy it, crazily enough. I make my life, dragging these stones around the world, and logistically, it's quite a effort to do these things. But I've got many years of experience, and I saw when I was in Italy how you pick things up. The thing is with marble, especially if it's finished and polished, it's slippery. So I'm always a bit anxious. Even I come this morning, even though I've got 40 years of experience, I'm always a little bit anxious about actually moving the things, because touch wood, there's some wood around here, I haven't had any accidents, and although I've seen them happen with other people. So well, I started about more than 25 years ago, I think. I wrote to Pete, and he was initially not really interested in the idea, because he's not really interested in himself. He said, "What do you want to do a portrait of me?" I said, "Well, look at you, someone's got to do a portrait of you. I mean, someone will do a portrait of you, and it might as well be me." And seeing the band live and seeing this, this big primal, gangly, sort of half stick figure, scarecrow, amazing presence that he had on stage, I just wanted to do something to capture this sort of, for me, a quintessential Australian sort of character. Made a plaster mould, and then did a clay study, and then enlarged the piece I use calipers and things to enlarge it in stone. And basically then you just finish work from the model and interpret the details to what I've got there. I really like realism, but I'm not so much concerned with exact realism. I try to find between stylisation and realism, I'm looking for that sort of a balance that I like. Sculpture works with very simple things like the hole in the lump and the way the light comes off whatever you shape and what that evokes, and if that, you engage not only yourself but you engage an audience. That's the game.